We're going to do problem number 36 on page 264, which is section 1.10. It's asking us to compute simple interest. So what I have is I have $18,750 that I have to invest into two investments, one that pays 10% and one that pays 12%. Okay? So just right off the bat, I'm going to start out. The interest that I earn is going to be 10%, right, times X, which is the money that I invested 10%, plus 12% times Y, which is the money that I invested 12%. That's the first equation that I'm going to come up with. Okay? Now what they want us to do is they want us to express the expected interest from both investments, that's here, okay, in terms of the amount of money invested at 10%. So they want this in terms of X. So I need a function, okay, of X. So what I can do is I know the total investment that I have, the X money plus the Y money, okay, they've told us that's $18,750. So this is the equation that I'm going to use. What I'm going to do is I'm going to solve it for Y and then substitute that in for this Y to get it in terms of X. So now I get Y equals 18,750 minus X, right? Just subtracting an X from both sides. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this term here and plug it in for my Y, because I'm saying that's what Y is equal to. So then I get over here my interest as a function of X. So here I've got 0.10 times X plus 0.12 times 18,750 minus X. Okay? So that's the answer to part A. Now I have the interest that I make based on X. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and they're saying if the total interest earned for the year was $2,117, how much money was invested at each rate? So now what I want to do is I want to say, okay, so we made the interest that I made, which is over here, this is I, is $2,117. So 2117 equals 0.10 X plus 0.12 that's 18,750 minus X, right? Okay, so now what I want to do is just work this out and solve for X. So right now I've got 0.10 X plus 0.12 times 18750 looks about like 2250 minus 0.12 X equals 2117. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine my like terms and subtract over here. So what I get now is I get minus 1330 equals minus 0.2x minus 0.02x. Then I'm just going to divide each out, and then I get x equals $6,650. Okay, so that's the amount of money that I invested at 10%. And if I want to find out the money that I invested at 12%, that would just be 18,750 minus 6,650, which should be about, what, 12,100? Okay, so this is the amount of money that I invested at 10%, and this is the amount of money that I invested at 12%. Pretty simple, all right?